Hey guys, welcome to the back office. So I'm going to talk about how to get high quality books at low prices. How to hire a ghostwriter. I've shown you in the channel many times that you could go through a ghostwriting company. These companies vet the writers, so you don't have to worry about writers plagiarizing or trying to find the best writer for the price. So the companies do the work for you, but they also charge you for that upfront work. Now, this video is going to focus on finding quality writers for the cheapest prices out there. So I'm going to focus on one of the websites. There are several. I'm going to focus on one of the websites, and I'm going to go over a couple of things. Number one, what website, where to find the writers. Number two, how you post these ads to find the writers. Number three, how to vet the writers. And number four, how to minimize your risk before you pay them to make sure that the work is original. All right, let's get right into it. All right, so we're here at Upwork. This is one of the websites that you want to consider to find a cheaper ghostwriter for your book. This is just one website. I'm going to show you one more, and the other website is guru.com. Now, this is the website I'm going to use for this lesson in this video. I haven't used this website. I've used Upwork in the past, especially for my fiction books. I'm experimenting with guru.com, and I'm going to give you this whole case study from my experience so far with Guru, so you can avoid losing any money and you could really vet the writers properly. All right, so let's get into it. So let me give you the backdrop. So we're going to talk about this is where you find the writers and how you hire them. So I'm going to show you a post that I generated to get a lot of people to sign up for writing a book for me. So let's get into the dashboard here. And I'm going to give you this specific example. I had back in October 27th, it's currently December 2nd, 2020. Back in October, I posted an ad stating that I wanted a ghostwriter for about an 8,000 or 10,000 word book. In the ad, I posted a link. Let me show you the ad here so you could see exactly what I wrote. Oh, here it is. I'm looking for a nonfiction writer to do 12 to 15,000 word count based on the example below. So I post a book exactly the niche or the topic that I want. So writers could go in there, take a look at what I'm looking for. So I got a lot of replies. I wanted to pay less than $250 for the book, and I got a lot of people apply, and I had to read through. This was a tough time because when I really started going through this and whatnot, I was on my way here to Bali, Indonesia, and I decided to go with this one writer, and I was on my phone, 4 flights into here, and I hired her. And let me give you the experience of what happened for not properly reading through this or whatnot. She did give good examples of her work. I hired her, and here we go. This is what happened. On a side note, you can just see here, this section here, I've hired two more writers, one for an 8,000 word book and one for a 10,000 word book. Fairly cheap, one for $70, one for $99. So this is very, very cheap. The $199 is not super cheap because I'm looking for something specific. I'm looking to find quality, maybe somebody that would charge me $350, $400 for the same book. Maybe find them for $199, $200, half the price. So I'm testing this out as we speak, but I will keep on shooting videos and let you know how this goes. But let's get into the case study. Okay, so this is the writer I hired. As you can see up here, I want you to note a couple of things. I increased my book to 15,000 word from 10,000, and we agreed on the price. You have to deposit. So when you hire someone here, you have to deposit the money ahead of time, and you have to put it in this space within here called Safe Pay. You could see down here, so the writer could begin the work. That way the writer knows the money is there for them when the job is finished, even though you're not obligated to pay if you don't like the work, but you move the funds into the safe pay area so the writer could begin the work. So I did move the money into there. And let me show you now what happened. She did provide an outline. I request writers as I'm hiring them to send me an outline. I do not send the outline. I ask them to send to create an outline, and then I review it, and I could make adjustments as I like. The whole point of this for me is to outsource everything. I don't want to be creating contents to outline. I don't want to be thinking so much about each book because I want to produce lots of books. I'm not trying to produce a bestseller. I'm just trying to produce books where there's traffic, quality books where there's traffic. I'll let the writers do all the work, and I agree or don't agree, and I make adjustments. I'm not spending the whole day creating outlines or whatnot. So if I have to order 30 books one month, I'm not going to spend all this time doing all this work. That's what I'm paying them for. Okay, so let's expand here and show you the history of what happened with this writer. I ended up firing her after she produced the books, and stick to the end so you could see exactly what happened. And by the way, guys, if you find value in the content here that I'm about to show you, go ahead and like the channel, smash that like button. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to grow the channel. Or you could just subscribe so you could get my latest video as I upload them every week. All right, so let's get into it. Let me expand here what happened. So as you can see here, I'm going to go through here, and let me see what I find. She provided me the outline in this section here, attaches a brief description of the book. Let me know what you think. She gave me all these notes here, all the chapters. This book was on, women generating six figures, how women can generate six figures a year with different types of jobs. So the niche is making money, but for women specifically, six figures as a woman. So she provided the outline. As you can see here, she's going to provide the book within 7 to 10 days, 15,000 words. I want you to take note of this because this is how you start to vet the writers. Red flags, you're going to find red flags for writers when they don't follow up with you, when they're supposed to meet deadlines and they're off their deadlines. That's the very first flag that you should be saying, hey, this is not a real person. This is not a real this is not a person that I want to be doing business with. If they're going to be late for the deadline, they should be letting you know ahead of time, just like in any other job. They shouldn't disappear when you write to them, and you're going to see this here. So she had a deadline for 7 or 10 days, and I told her here that I'm taking a flight to Indonesia November 7th, and I'm dealing with her during this time, and limited internet use with my phone through Hong Kong and all these countries. So she thanked me for writing her. I deposited, as you can see, the funds here for SafePay 165. And here's where we agreed for 15,000 words. It's going to be a total of 225. So I added additional funds to meet the 225. Here's the additional funds. So now all the funds are in there. She could start her work. Now I get to Bali, Indonesia, and the work is not due on time. So I write to her and she writes to me, I had some technical issues. I lost some of my research work for the book, and this made me a little disoriented. So here we go. This is where the excuses start to come, but I had to reach out to her to find out why she is late. That is the first flag, and this could be for anybody in your business. This is just not for hiring a ghostwriter. There's no reason if someone is late that you need to chase them to see what is going on. So for me, this is a problem already. So she apologized. I'm still going to give her the opportunity because I still want to see what type of work. If she came back with amazing work, I could probably tolerate it. I will set a new tone for our future business, but I want to see at this point, I've invested time. I want to see what she can deliver. So after a couple of days, she apologized back on the 16th, and now here's the 20th, and she's still apologizing that she hasn't finished the book. And here on the 20th, she delivers her book. So November 20th, 4 days later, I've done the work. Let me know what you think. I sincerely apologize for everything. A lot of apologies. So here is what happens, guys. I get the book. I download the book. And I run it through Grammarly. And I want you to take a look at this software. I have Grammarly, the premium, because of my classes. You know, I'm doing my doctorate work, so I have to do a lot of writing for that. And I always want to be able to check my work as I'm writing, not for the plagiarism, because I know I'm not plagiarizing, but my work gets run through Turnitin through my university to check for plagiarism. But I wasn't aware of the value that Grammarly offers subscribers the premium package, where you could run these reports. So I ran over to Sarah, and she says, oh, Grammarly has it. So I said, okay, great, let's run it. So if you look at Grammarly, and I'm going to leave a link for Grammarly below, and I'm going to give a disclosure. I do have an affiliate link for Grammarly. Why not? It's a great product. You know, I'm using it. I'm going to show you here how it's done. So take a look at it. There is the free trial version, and you could use it, you know, for your emails or whatnot for free. But if you want to get this particular item to it, it's worth the money, because this just saved me $200 and something, and you'll see here. So, okay, so I ran the book through the plagiarism report. It takes a couple of minutes because this software is going to crawl the entire internet to find a plagiarized work on the web. So the link to clicking on that is here, and it came back with this percentage. 33% of the book is plagiarized. Now, let's go through it here so you could see. For example, this statement here of the description, if you are a woman and you desire, obviously that's not really plagiarized. It's just a sentence that I would not care about. What you need to know before quitting your job, another sentence. But let's get into it as we scroll through this document, and this is the plagiarized report offered for the premium service. Look at this paragraph here. When you look at this paragraph, 80% of this paragraph is plagiarized. And what's beautiful about this software, Grammarly, is that it takes you to the actual article, the blog. This happens to be a blog where she took the exact same paragraph from. So that's a chunk of plagiarized work right there. This whole sentence here, emotional well-being occurs with a salary range of 60. She copied exactly from this blog here. And look at this entire paragraph. So let's click on the link. It takes you to the actual website where she got this from. And obviously I went, running this for the very first time, I went to see if this was actually right. So here's the article where she plagiarized this. What does a six-figure salary get you? So she took specific data from this website, and she plagiarized from this writer, from this blog, as you could see here. So this is the article, and this is what this software does for you. So when I found out, I wrote to her, and let's go here. And I first said, let me review it, and I'll get back to you on Monday. I got back to her the next day because this took me a couple of minutes to do. And I said, hi, Grace. Unfortunately, I cannot use this work. I found plagiarized material throughout the book. I included one of the many websites you used. Let's cancel this contract. I cannot use this, nor can we work together based on these findings. And then I provided the links to two of the websites where she plagiarized exact sentences and paragraphs. So she came back and she apologized. I usually check context against plagiarism, of course, blah, blah, blah. Unfortunately, I didn't quote the references. I sincerely ask one more chance to overhaul the entire material. And I said no. The whole point of this is building trust. The whole point of this is if I'm spending the time to find cheaper work, to find the cheapest work possible, to find the gold nuggets, right? I'm looking to then establish a relationship where I could order a ton of books with this person at a very good price. I cannot start a relationship on someone who just has plagiarized 30% of the book word for word. There's no second chances for that. So it's very easy here to get your money. I requested the funds to be moved out of the safe pay area back to my account. There was no issue with that. She apologized again, and she said she was going to learn from her mistakes. And I got my funds back, and this was done and over with within 24 or 48 hours because she acknowledged the fact that she did plagiarize. I provided the proof. And guys, this is the one way you could, if you don't have a lot of money, this is the good way of vetting writers, saving yourself a ton of money in terms of not hiring a ghostwriting company. So this is a way, when it comes to making money, you either pay people to do things for you or you put in the time. Both are worth money. So your question might be, well, why are you going through this route now if you've purchased so many books from ghostwriting companies? Well, as you might know, I have a course out, so now I have to look for the best possible solutions for my students, not even for me. I want to be able to offer my students, those who don't have all the money to invest up front, they could find the cheapest way. And as I find writers that are good, I will offer those writers to my students so they could they could build their online portfolio like I have, and I'll use it myself too. But that's the great thing about teaching. You learn from your students just as much as your students learn about you. I am forced to dig for ways to save money for my students, so I learn along the way. So this is a great platform, but you have to put in the work. I'm going to put in the work. I'm going to find great writers, and then I'm going to expose those writers to my students so we could all benefit from the cost saving. There it is. This is one method to find high quality books and at a cheaper price, but you do have to put in the work. Guys, if you like the content, if you found value in this, I'm going to ask you one more time to go ahead and at least like the channel, at least subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to come out with content every week for you to build your business or for you to learn from me how I've been able to do $20,000, $30,000 a month self-publishing profits. All right, I'll see you on the next video.